Welcome back to Algebra and Geometry Explained. In this video, we are going to focus on simplifying exponents. Let's begin with some basic properties. Multiplying with a common base. What is x raised to the fifth power multiplied by x raised to the seventh power? Whenever you multiply with a common base, you add the exponents. So 5 plus 7 is 12. That means the answer is x raised to the 12th power. Now, what about division? If you divide by a common base, you need to subtract the exponents. For example, take x raised to the ninth power divided by x raised to the fourth power. We subtract 9 minus 4, which leaves x raised to the fifth power. Next, let's look at an exponent raised to another exponent. Suppose we have x cubed raised to the sixth power. Whenever you raise a power to another, you multiply the exponents. 3 times 6 is 18. So the answer is x raised to the 18th power. What about x raised to the 0 power? Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. This applies to numbers as well. For example, 8 raised to the 0 power is 1. And what about negative 4 squared inside parentheses? Inside parentheses, negative 4 squared means negative 4 times negative 4. This gives positive 16. But without parentheses, the exponent only applies to the 4, not the negative sign. So the expression becomes negative 16. Parentheses matter. Example 1, x to the fourth power multiplied by x to the 11th power. Add the exponents. 4 plus 11 is 15. So the answer is x to the 15th power. Example 2. X to the fifth power raised to the third power. Multiply 5 times 3 equals 15. So we get x to the 15th power. Example 3. X to the 8th power over x to the 13th power. Can rewrite x to the 13th as x to the 8th times x to the 5th. The x to the 8th on the top cancels with the x to the 8th on the bottom. That leaves 1 over x to the 5th power. What is the value of 3x squared raised to the third power? Remember, 3 is the same as 3 to the first power. So we distribute the exponent. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So we get 3 cubed times x to the sixth power. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So the final answer is 27x to the sixth power. Try this one. Negative 3x squared y to the fourth power raised to the second power. Negative 3 squared becomes positive 9. 2 times 2 gives x to the fourth. 4 times 2 gives y to the eighth. So the answer is 9x to the fourth power y to the eighth power. Here's another question. What is 6x cubed multiplied by 5x to the sixth power? First, multiply the coefficients. 6 times 5 is 30. Then add the exponents. 3 plus 6 is 9. So the answer is 30x to the ninth power. Try this example. 8x to the fifth power times 3x squared. 8 times 3 is 24. 5 plus 2 gives 7. So the result is 24x to the seventh power. Next, 5x cubed y squared times 6 to the fifth y cubed. Multiply 5 and 6 to get 30. Add the x exponents. 3 plus 5 is 8. Add the y exponents. 2 plus 3 is 5. So the answer is 30x to the 8th y to the 5th. Zero exponent trick. What is negative 5x squared y raised to the 0 power? Anything raised to the 0 power becomes 1, but only the part affected by the 0 exponent. So in this case, the entire expression is being raised to the 0 power. That means the whole thing becomes 1. But if the 0 exponent were only affecting the x, then only x would become 1 while the coefficients remain. Try this one. 18x to the sixth y cubed divided by 6x squared y to the negative 2. 18 divided by 6 is 3. For x, 6 minus 2 is 4. For y, 3 minus negative 2 is 3 plus 2, which is 5. So the answer is 3x to the fourth y to the fifth power. Here's our last example. 42x to the fourth y cubed over 14x cubed y to the fifth, all raised to the second power. First, simplify inside. 42 divided by 14 is 3. For the variables, x to the fourth divided by x to the third is x to the power of 4 minus 3, which is x. Y to the third divided by y to the fifth is y to the power of 3 minus 5, which is y to the negative 2, or 1 over y squared. So inside we have 3x over y squared, all raised to the second power. Now distribute the exponent. 3 squared is 9, x squared stays on top, and y squared squared becomes y to the fourth on the bottom. Final answer, 9x squared over y to the fourth power. And that wraps up our examples. If this helped you understand exponents, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and check out the next lesson on the channel. See you in